Hey everyone, it's Kylie and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a fun crochet tutorial for y'all. I'm going to show y'all how to crochet these Sunburst Granny Squares. Now these Granny Squares can also be referred to as Starburst Granny Squares, but they're made the exact same way. They're a fun take on the traditional Granny Square and they're super easy to make as they only consist of 4 rounds. So to make these granny squares, you can use multiple colors of any of your favorite worsted weight number 4 yarn. These I made using Brava yarn from OkieGirlBling'n'Things. It's one of my favorite worsted weight yarns next to Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn. Both of those yarns work great for this, but any number 4 worsted weight yarn will work. And you also need a J or 6mm crochet hook. This is my Clover crochet hook that I love. And we'll just get right onto this and jump into the tutorial and I'll show you how to make Sunburst Granny Squares. Okay, to start this pattern, you're going to start with making a magic circle or a magic ring. And to start, you're going to place your tail of yarn to the left and your working yarn to the right. You'll then grab the working yarn and pull it around to make a circle like so. And take your crochet hook and go under the loop and grab that working yarn and pull it through the loop. And that is how you make a magic circle. We will then start by chaining 3 stitches, and this chain 3 will count as a stitch, and then we'll work 15 double crochet into the magic circle. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up while I work 15 double crochet in this magic circle, and you can pause the video if you need to catch up. Okay, so once you finish your 15 double crochet in that magic circle, you should have a total of 16 stitches since that chain 3 counts as a stitch, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. But before we do, I want to grab my next color of yarn I want to use and slip stitch to join the rounds with that new color. This incorporates the new color and keeping our rows even and the color distributed evenly. So at the end of round 1 you should have 16 stitches. Going on to round 2, we're going to chain 2 stitches and then we're going to work a puff stitch in each stitch around. And to make a puff stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on hook, you'll yarn over, insert into the same stitch again, pull up another loop. You'll have 5 loops on hook, and you'll just keep repeating that by yarning over, inserting, pull up a loop until you have 9 stitches on your hook. Once you have 9 loops on your hook, you will then yarn over and pull through all 9 loops. You will then chain 1 to secure, and that is how you crochet a puff stitch. And you're going to repeat this by crocheting 1 puff stitch in each stitch all the way around. And for each puff stitch, you just yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, pull up a loop, and repeat that until you have 9 loops on your hook. And then you yarn over and pull through all 9 loops and secure it with a chain stitch. I'm going to go ahead and speed this video up, and I will meet back up with y'all after I've worked a puff stitch in every single stitch around. Okay, and once you've worked all the way around, you're then going to slip stitch into the very first puff stitch of that round. At the end of round 2, you should have a total of 16 puff stitches. You will then go ahead, cut the yarn, and grab the next color you want to use and make a slip knot and place it on your crochet hook. You will then take this new color of yarn and slip stitch it and attach it in any of the chain 1 spaces between the puff stitches. It doesn't matter which chain 1 space you pick, just slip stitch it to join. And then we're going to chain 3 stitches and we're going to work a cluster stitch in the chain 1 spaces between each of these puff stitches. So to work a cluster stitch, you are going to yarn over, insert your hook in that chain 1 space, pull up a loop, and we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops on our hook. That gives us 2 loops. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook, and pull up another loop, and we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and we're going to keep repeating this until we have 5 loops on our hook. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and that gives us 4 loops. So we're going to do it one more time. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, and then you'll have 5 loops on your hook. When you have 5 loops on your hook, you will then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on your crochet hook, and that is a cluster stitch. And then we're also going to chain 1 and place a chain 1 in between each cluster stitch. And we're just going to continue that and work a cluster stitch and chain 1 in between every single puff stitch around for round 3. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this video up and meet back up with y'all after I finish round 3. Okay, so once you finish round 3, you're then going to slip stitch in that very first cluster stitch of round 3. You're just going to find the top of it, slip stitch into the very top of it, and then you can cut your yarn. I went ahead and waved in my ends up to this point so we can see exactly what it looks like, and this is what it looked like after round 3. You should have 16 cluster stitches after round 3. I went ahead and grabbed my white, which is going to be my border color, and you can make a slip knot and go ahead and place it on your crochet hook. Now to join this color, we're going to slip stitch in between any of the chain 1 spaces in between the cluster stitches. So just pick any chain 1 space and slip stitch your white yarn. And this will be our last and final round. Start by chaining 4 stitches, and this chain 4 will count as a stitch. You're then going to make a triple crochet, which you will yarn over twice, insert your hook in that same chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 more loops, and then yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops, and that is a triple crochet. And you're going to repeat that and make another triple crochet in that same chain 1 space. And then after that, you're going to chain 3 stitches because we're making our first corner of the square. And then you're going to place 3 more triple crochet in that same chain 1 space. So this will form our first corner of our square. And that will make our first corner. In the next chain 1 space, we're going to place 3 double crochet stitches. After that, in the next chain 1 space, we're going to place 3 half double crochet stitches. After that, in the next chain 1 space, we're going to place 3 double crochet stitches. And now after that, we're going to make our next corner. We're going to start by placing 3 triple crochet in the next chain 1 space. After the 3 triple crochet, you will then chain 3 stitches and work 3 more triple crochet in that same chain 1 space. And you're going to keep repeating this same manner all the way around the square. So after those 3 triple crochet in that chain 1 space, that forms our second corner. And this is what your square will look like so far. You can see how it's turned into a square shape as opposed to a circle. Going on the next chain 1 space, you'll work 3 double crochet stitches into. Then in the next chain 1 space, you'll work 3 half double crochet stitches. And then the next chain 1 space, you'll work 3 double crochet stitches into again. And in the next chain 1 space, we'll make another corner. So we'll work 3 triple crochet, chain 3, and 3 more triple crochet all in that same chain 1 space. In the next chain 1 space, you'll work 3 double crochet stitches in. Then in the next chain 1 space, you'll work 3 half double crochet stitches. And in the next chain 1 space, 3 more double crochet stitches. And in the next chain one space, we'll work another corner. So we're going to work 3 triple crochet, chain 3, and 3 more triple crochet in that same chain one space. In the next chain one space, you'll work 3 double crochet. In the next chain one space, 3 half double crochet. And then finally, you will work 3 double crochet into that very last chain one space. And after you work those final 3 double crochet, you will then slip stitch into the top of that chain 4, which is your first triple crochet of the round. After you slip stitch, you can cut your yarn and weave in all ends, and that's how easy it is to make a Sunburst Granny Square. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and be sure to check out my blog for free crochet patterns and happy crocheting.